What's up, everyone, and welcome to today's flight. We are sitting here in Stanfield International, and our flight today is going to take us to Johns International. So about an hour and 40-minute flight. Got some traffic here on Vatsim. There's a DH getting ready to depart there. So pretty good, pretty quiet right now as far as controllers. It is very early on, but aside from that, everything's looking really good. All right, guys, without further delay, let's hop in here and get this flight going. We're sitting in the WestJet today, A320, our flight number 3428. This early Monday morning. So let's hop in. Let's get everything set up. We got a jetway connector, which is very strange. It took me time to find a good gate that the jetway actually would connect and not go through half the cockpit window. So all good. All right, let's set up here, guys. As usual, we'll get started with our overhead panel. And in here, let's go ahead. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I am missing my checklist. Let's bring that up. Always good to have it nice and handy. So I'm gonna just go ahead and open that up. So we are ready to rock and roll. So here it is, A320 checklist. Yep, there it is. Okay, perfect. Checklist is out, and we are ready to go here. Head down to the bottom, minimize it so I can see it, not taking half of my other screen. There it is. All right, here we go. Let's start up with our batteries. 1 and 2 are coming on. External power can come on. Our jetway is already connected, so we don't have to worry about that. Head on down to our APU master. We'll get that started. Then we'll head on down here to start. And from there, we can go ahead and take care of some things here. So crew oxygen can now come on. We can go ahead and turn our gears 1, 2, and 3 are set. That is looking good. Back down here, we can turn on our nav lights. As far as lighting down here, that is okay. We can turn on our no smoking sign can come on as well. Emergency exits can be turned on at this time. We'll get some lighting in here. We'll go over here and do our cockpit and cabin air conditioning. So that is set there. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's head down here. Let's see if we are set as far as flash opens. Get some more lights in here configured. So let's brighten this up a little bit. It's really bright outside, so these instruments need to be a little bit brighter so we can see them clearly. So line this up here, make it this a little brighter here, a little bit over here as well. Turn this up also, and I think now we're looking a whole lot better. We're going to turn these down so to save on frame rates. It does help about 3 frames or so. Nothing crazy, but again, anything with this game helps. All right, we're looking good there, guys. All set up, flaps are open. We can go ahead and start our APU bleed. So head on to the top over here. Oops, excuse me, overhead panel. Let's get our APU bleed going there. So we are all set up here. We can go ahead and start our fuel pumps as well. And at this time, let's start our flight. Let's get Pack X in here. So let's open that up and then get our passengers to begin boarding. Did that aircraft taxi all the way down already? Did we miss his takeoff? It's a long taxi if he went down that runway, but I think we might have missed him. I don't see him in the air, or maybe he could be all the way down there, and I can't see him from this far. Actually, oh yeah, there he is. He's taxiing. Little dot right there. It's getting ready to take off, so we'll keep the view here, see if we can catch that. All right, let's go ahead and bring Pack X in. We'll start loading. Start our flight here. So start. Let's go ahead and next. All right, there's our flight information. Cruise altitude 37,000. Flight hours an hour and 12 minutes. Yeah, it's less than I thought. 159 passengers. A320 will bring this back up to 159. One more. There it is. Perfect. I want to say we can get out of here in 20 minutes. I think that's a pretty easy taxi, straight down. Not bad. We should be able to get out here in 20 minutes. So let's do that, and we'll get pushing on this. All right, so flight is started. That is set. Let's get this out of the way. There he goes. There he is. Nice, easy takeoff. What he used, like a third of the runway with that thing. Nice, and off he goes. He'll fly right over us. Yes, he is. Excellent. Cool, pretty neat. So he is out of here. Very nice. Let's hop back into our FMS computer here. Let's first go ahead and go to init, and let's load up our flight information. Starting with our flight here, everything looks good. WestJet 3428, cost index 5, flight level 370, all that looking very nice. Align on reference, it's good. That's perfect there. Let's go ahead and confirm that, and let's go ahead and do the rest of the information. Actually, from here, I'd now like to go ahead and go into our MCDU and get a few things going here that we're going to need. So first, let's load up our fuel. So actually, before that, just to save on time as we move quickly, let's just request our weather information. So if that's coming up, we can go ahead and load our fuel. 6,307 is what we need, so let's load that there. Next, page 2, let's load our weight and balance information. I also here like to check to make sure that the balance is good right there. Center of gravity looking nice. Sometimes this takes a little bit to load, so one time I hit it quickly, I came back in here and this was all out of whack. I came out again, for some reason I hit X. When I came back, it was loaded correctly again. So if that does happen to you, just keep that in mind. It could take a bit there. For example, let's go back, see if that changed. Nope, looking good. Might have moved down a little bit, but I'm not sure. All right, so that's looking good. Let's check our weather here. We're gonna need our ATIS information. So let's go over to receive messages. METAR, and what do we have? 05 at 13, gusting 20. Oh no, that's our destination, excuse me. This is a little bit better. 07, and we are looking, so 070 is the winds direction. 09, gusting 16. So that is what we have there. We're gonna need our altimeter 3002. We can throw that into our computer here. 3002. Yes, 3002, so that is in there. Good to go. Bring that back down, and then let's finish up in our flight management system here, flight computer. All right, so flight plan, we are departing. Our departure today is going to be the Halifax 4 departure. So we're going to come in here, based on the wind, we're doing runway 5. So that is what we're going to put in here, clear some of the stuff. So runway 5 is our takeoff runway based on the winds, and we are doing the Halifax 4 departure. Transition, basically runway heading for these. That's pretty much what it is. So for us, runway 5 will be heading 053, so we'll put that into our computer in a few. Okay, all looks good down here. Let's head on down to our next page, which is going to be the fuel. No, actually no, init, page 2. So init, page 2, and then here we want to go ahead and just auto-populate our weights. Our fuel block was 6.2. 6.2 is our fuel block. Slam that in there. That's looking good. We are all set there. Let's go ahead and do our performance. Speeds, we have flaps 1. We're looking at 18,000 is our transition speed. Transition altitude, excuse me. V1, VR, and here is V2. We are set there. So excellent. Performance page is good to go. Unicom is our. Let's get back over here. Unicom is our information for departure 122.8. Departure frequency for Vatsim. And here we are 2200 for IFR squawk code. So that is good there. Go ahead and lock our doors now. Why not? Don't forget later. Straight to our altitude, guys, 37,000. Now's the time to get out any last minute. Alright, there it is. Flight directives are on. Nav is good as needed. We are doing runway heading, which is 053 out of runway 5. So plug 053 right in here. There we go. Runway heading 053. Everything else here is good. Auto throttle we can turn. Why did it change? Oh, I'm glad I did that because I was changing the wrong thing. Man. This is the heading. Here we go. 053. Oh, so turn that on. And 053 is where we need to be at. Right there. Excellent. Okay, that is set. We have our weather information. Vatsim, it's good. No ATC for us to request clearance, so we're good there. We are ready for our start and pushback. Seatbelts can now come on as we have our fuel in. Let's turn on our beacon lights, let the ground crew know that we are ready to taxi as soon as boarding has been ready to push back and start engine once boarding has been completed. Let's see how our passengers are doing. All right, we should be up and running any minute here. 13 minutes to departure. I think we'll be able to get out of here well before that. As we get going here on our WestJet flight 3428. Out of Stanfield International for an hour hop over to John. So that's gonna be fun. Weather is also gusting over there as well. Coming in here yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Winter not bad. It was pretty smooth actually. All right, let's in the meantime, what we could do here is let's check our flight plan. Let's make sure that is in place. So we're gonna go over here and check our flight plan as we wait. Put this over to plan. Let's make sure this thing looks nice. Should be heading all towards the east, and yep, there it is. We'll get our approach once we get up in the air. Cruise altitude will set that up. Okay, let's get ready for pushback. We are going to be. This thing still says JetBlue. That was one of the first flights we did. We never went back and changed it. Just take it off. All right, we are going to be pushing back towards, steering towards the right. We're gonna go right, and then we are going to go down to runway 5. We're ready to go when you are. All right, so they are ready to go. Let's get our pushback started here, guys, and let's go ahead and as soon as the jetways move back and we're pushing back, we'll turn off our parking brakes and we will get engine.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 3428. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 12 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright lock position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Where's the cart? Where's the... Oh, I don't even see him. Alright, there we go. We're pushing back. We're going to be steering over to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety
I think this is
of our
good
aircraft.
here.
You will notice
Steer
a light
to the right.
illuminated above
Let's
your
get
seat.
our engine
When
started.
this light is
We'll
illuminated,
start with
please
2.
fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep
Alright, we are taxiing, this is Alpha right here. So we're taxiing Alpha all the way down to runway 5.
Take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit.
Engine 2 is getting fired up. Engine 1 coming up.
If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth.
Alright, that is looking good there. Let's go ahead and request our push back to stop.
Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure
Parking
your
brakes
mask
can come
on
on.
first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove
go ahead and
flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front.
Our connection with vPilot. So when you use the ATC, it does change the COM1 on vPilot. So once that happens, just come back here, just shuffle it, and it'll force 122.8 to come back on there. Alright, engine 2 is set up, stable. Engine 1 coming on.
Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the laboratories is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Everything is set there. How's engine 1 doing? Firing it up nicely. Let's go ahead and get this flipped over here. As we get ready to head down to runway 5, we're doing good on time. 8 minutes left, more than enough time to get down there, take off here with hopefully some minutes to spare. Right, engine 2 and 1 are good to go. Let's go ahead and flip this back to normal. Head over to our overhead panel, take care of a few things here. APU bleed cannot come off, APU master can come off as well. Let's go ahead and turn on some of our lights here for taxi. We are doing our runway turn off lights. Taxi lights cannot come on, wind lights can come on now as well. Everything else here is looking good. Do not need to do anything else up top. So towards the bottom, we can go ahead, speed brakes can come on, flaps are 1, and here we can go ahead and turn on our auto brakes in case we need to stop from taking off there. Okay, we are configured. Checking our checklist, everything looks good, nothing was missed. We are clear to taxi, guys. Let's get going. So we're going down Alpha. Parking brakes, let's take those off. Whoops, there we go. Parking brakes are off. Let's go down Alpha to runway 5, 7 minutes to departure at the moment. Some of these lights could be a little bit brighter, like this one here.
We're ready for departure.
So are we. So we are rolling. Down Alpha. Let's go ahead and communicate on Unicom our intentions. Make sure we have the right frequency, 122.8. Let me make sure my microphone is also set up properly. That's sometimes an issue here. Yeah, that looks good there. Oh, too strong on the inputs to Vatsim. Let's bring that down. Don't you hate that when somebody comes on Vatsim and everybody else is good at the same level? Somebody comes in just blowing your ears out of the water. It's just insane, insane. All right, there we go. That. All right, so we're right middle of the green for Vatsim, so we won't make anyone deaf there. All right, Stanford International traffic. We are WestJet 3428, taxiing via Alpha to runway 5. West Canada. We're in East Canada anyway, so we are WestJet 3428. Cruising down Alpha for the runway. Winds are a little bit rough, so we'll be cautious of that. Maintain that center line. As we depart, we can get this out of the way here. Good. Let's get our navigation set here. We are looking at what happened to our heading here? What is this nonsense? What happened to our 053 departure heading 4? This is departure 4, right? Halifax 4 departure. Runway 05 heading 053. There we go. I probably forgot to click down. If you forget to click down to take it off managed, right, the little dot here, then it tends to do that. It just goes back and disregards your entry. Okay, folks. Nice. Gotta be careful with the thing. It loves to pick up speed on taxi. Alright, runway 5 coming up. Everything is configured. Flaps, speed brakes, all looks good. We can go ahead and take the first one. Here's a very long runway. We can take it here at Bravo. Alright, let's get set up here. Strobe lights are coming on. Everything else is set. Nose lights to take off. All looking good there. Advise the cabin ready for takeoff. Lights are set. Everything is configured for takeoff. We are good there. Running through the checklist, takeoff checklist. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Good. We are good to go. Performance page is set as well. Let's rock and roll. Stanford International, WestJet 3428, taking off runway 05 for the Halifax 4 departure. Okay. All right, just line it up. Looking good there. And okay, all set. Yeah, nice lineup, looking very nice. All right, let's get ready for takeoff here, guys. All right, holding center line. Interesting, the winds are not yet matching up. Vatsim 226 at 3. Here's V1, rotate. Alright, positive radar climb, gears are coming up. We're going to maintain the 053 heading. Maintain that pitch of 10 until we increase speed here. Very nice, we'll keep that runway heading for now. As we depart Stanfield International, straight out departure here, looking good there. Vertical speed 3,100, so that's nice. Go ahead, bring our leveler to climb. Speed will take over there. I'm gonna bring this down so we can increase our speed here. Get above that 200, bring our flaps in. There we go. Flaps are coming down. Alright, we can go ahead and pick it up here. We'll give it to the autopilot in a second. We'll be going direct. What do we have here? IGTAS. Direct IGTAS. Oh, actually, we're clear to turn now, so I'm gonna do that. Let's go ahead and do our turn. Pick up our nose a little bit. Start climbing up higher now. As we do this left turn, direct IGTAS there. Very nice, guys. Beautiful takeoff. Winds were not what Vatsim was getting. I gotta find a good way to manage the winds, because I noticed that a lot of times it doesn't match. I wonder which one is correct. I'm using the let's put live weather, but I'm not sure if Vatsim is actually taking the weather and forcing it on flight sim. Not sure how that works. We'll have to figure that out. Alright, through 5,400, let's take care of a few things here. Speed brakes can come off. We'll go up here. We can turn off our runway turn-off lights. We can turn off our taxi lights. We'll keep the landing lights on for now, so that's fine. All set there. We'll go ahead and let the computer take over here. So I'm going to go to flight plan before we turn on our autopilot, and let's head direct into IGTAS. Alright, there it is. And we can go ahead and turn on autopilot. Oh, managed, excuse me. Managed, there we go. Forgot to turn on, switch it back to managed so it does what the FMS has in place, the flight plan. So, we'll put that back in there. We'll just turn back to the right and be on track. All looking very good, guys. Beautiful takeoff. There's our airport in the background. Off runway 05, directly right into our flight plan. So we're gonna make some good time here on this flight. Coming up above 10,000, we can go ahead and turn off our seatbelt signs. Landing lights can come off as well. Pretty straight out flight, so I don't see a lot of turns. Everything very nice and straightforward here. Alright, looking at our ETA right now, we're showing, we're expected is an hour and 10 minutes. Once we get to cruise, we'll get a good ETA. We're showing 130 now on Sim2Kit Pro, but obviously that's based on the current speed. So once we are at cruise, we'll get a better idea of what that ETA is going to be. Through 12,000 for 37. We can go ahead and just put this to standard now. We are not leveling off before our transition altitude, so just keep it as standard so we don't forget to switch it later. I've been doing that a lot more now. It's much better to do it that way. So once ATC, if ATC was on, once they give us once they give us an altitude change, that's going to be below or above, usually below, right? Because we don't care above, we know what it is. But below 18,000, let's say you know, if you're at flight level 250 and they say, you know, descend to flight level or to 11,000, right? 110,000. They'll give you the altimeter right then and there because they know you're crossing through it, you're descending. So right there, just throw it in. You know, I'm not waiting until 18, down below 18 anymore. It seems to be working fine unless somebody tells me otherwise, and a good reason why. Unless you're leveled, it doesn't matter. So I agree with some people. There's a couple of posts out there discussing this at length. with between sim pilots and also real pilots. So it's interesting to see the different points of view of why some people do it one way or another way. So interesting stuff. Okay, good, quiet on Vatsim right now. This is very early. We're enjoying some daytime flying, because if you wait too long, especially if you're in the East Coast, you lose that daytime. And some people like to change the weather. I don't know, I was never a fan of that for some reason, of changing the actual real, not weather, you know, the time. But I can see why some people would do it. Flying at night all the time could be a little bit boring, especially if you don't have the time to fly in the daytime, in the actual daytime. So I could see that. Alright, we'll put our checklist down on my other screen here. We can take off the charts that we don't need. We don't need anything from Halifax anymore. So I am removing our pinned airport. So this is what I'm doing now. Basically, we'll take this out of here. We don't need that. Our departure, Halifax for departure, we don't need that, so we'll get rid of that as well. And now all I have is our arrival, which is pretty straightforward. TIGOR and into one of these waypoints, depending on how we are landing. So this is the airport here. If you're landing west, east, or north or south, got those two will determine what waypoint you're going to take. So as we get closer, cruise, we'll look at what the weather looks like down over at Johns International, and then we'll decide, obviously we'll decide what route we're taking. This is what, 46 miles out, so we have to be at it looks like around 3,000 or 5,000 depending how we're landing. So I want to say here you want to be at least maybe 18 for TIGOR. So we'll plan for that. Last time coming into this airport, I actually arrived way too high, because it's the same thing here. They don't give you, it's not a very detailed descent plan like you have, like for example in Kennedy. You know, they tell you, you know, come down to 23,000 for the landing fire, come down to 18,000, come down to 11,000, then they bring you in nicely. This is the first height restriction, altitude restriction or requirement is like 3,000 on a lot of these approaches, right? So you gotta plan accordingly to be at a good flight altitude when you're coming up that close. So make sure we do a better job today on that. Another way to do it is people calculate the distance from the airport, which I should start doing, and then they calculate how many miles out they got to start descending. I should be doing that as well. Maybe we'll do it for this flight once we settle in here on our cruise altitude. Okay, very nice. From here, always thinking about what's next. There's the Atlantic Ocean over to your left hand side, excuse me, right hand side. Let's see what we end up doing after this. Also, I want to join the cross country for the Canada, Vatsim Canada is hosting. They're doing a cross country from, did we turn off the seatbelt signs for these people here? I know I turned it off in the aircraft, but did we do it here? Yes, they did. Oh, no, here it is. There it goes. From, I think it's Vancouver, from Vancouver to Toronto. I think that's going to be fun. Maybe we'll do that with the 747. It's going to be ATC all the way through. They have a departure window of 2 hours. I think that'll be fun, man. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I haven't done a Vatsim event like that one just yet, so I want to look into that. Maybe I'll get my brother to join me for 5 hours. I highly doubt he likes short flights, you know, easy hops, up and down, which is fun. Hopefully I can get him to join me for that. That'll be dope. Also get some traffic, right? Some nice traffic in and out. All right, 27,000 guys, 437. This is a very high altitude now that I'm thinking about it for this not so long of a flight. I don't know why SimBrief throws me all the way up here. They did this last flight too from where we left. We left Montreal to Stanfield to Halifax. Same thing, 37,000. I requested lower. I said, listen, let's get 31,000. And I was able to get that. Either that flight or what, or maybe it could have been the one from Newark to Montreal. That's also a very short flight. I think that was the one. They gave me 37,000. We had controller in there. We told them, you know, give us 31. But we'll stick to 37 today. That's fine. We'll leave it. We'll leave it as is. I went ahead and downloaded the stable aircraft A320 from a fly-by-wire, and this thing is so nice, so smooth. It's just perfect. Look at the way the climb is being done now. It's so clean. Just an amazing job. Looking forward to what these guys are doing for this year as well. So much stuff they're putting into this thing. It's just amazing. So, all right, this has made flight sim fun. More enjoyable. Obviously, you know, if it wasn't for this aircraft, man, we'll still have fun, but the realism, you know, everything, the details, it's just amazing. Waiting for other people to, you know, do some more aircraft. So like I'm a 747 fan, obviously, so I'm waiting for that to so any paper to come out on that. Hopefully PMDG will do one. I'm not sure if anybody's already working on that. Obviously 737, a lot of people are working on that. I think PMDG is working on that one too. So a couple of aircrafts we need, hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully we're not sitting here in June having this conversation about when more aircrafts are going to come out, more airliners. Hopefully that's not what's going to happen. All right, we are through 30,000 for 7,000 more. ETA shows that we are about maybe 7 minutes ahead of schedule on our expected arrival, so that's nice. Always good to get in a little early. Gotta take the good satisfaction flights when you can have them, because you know you're gonna have the bad ones. So if you can even things out, works out nicely. Sounds are incredible. These engines sound just amazing. Alright, pretty nice. Actually oh no, he's going somewhere else. The aircraft that took off, he's up ahead of us on the DH8. Is he going? But he's not going to our airport. He's going somewhere else. And this is as far as we could have gone on the map, doing 1 hour flights. Right from here, we'll jump on a 747 and head down over to Europe. Europe is stacked. Wow, tons of traffic out there, ATC all over the place. Very nice. Looking at a SimTool Pro kit. See there's a Concorde coming in at flight level 51, 52,000 at Mach 1 speed, just crushing it right now. Of course, the famous flight Heathrow to Kennedy. All right, cool. Let's jump in here, see how we are doing with everything else. All looking good. The longest climb ever. Still 2,000 more to go. Lights are as they need to be. We could turn off our wing lights off as well here. We don't need those on. Everything else looking good as it needs to be. Everything's in order down here. No error messages or warnings. That is nice. Good, very good. Once we level off, take a quick break. Not a long one because we will be starting our descent pretty soon after. 50 minutes ETA at the moment. Wind is at 225 at 3. And I'm tempted to go in here and make sure this is live. And it is. Okay. I need a good add-on for weather. If you guys know of any good add-on for weather that works well with Vatsim, you know, just let me know. Throw it in the comments. Would love to get it. I have to look. I haven't looked. We're coming up at 37,000, guys. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's get some tunes in here. We'll get a nice view of the outside of this bad boy, and we will be back as we level off here. Let's see what we have. Some good tunes for today's flight. EDM? No. How about funk? Do some funk. Nah, it's too dramatic. Alright, I'm just gonna go with the usual, chilled and relaxed. Let's go with that. Alright guys, we are leveled off as we're going through our flight here. About 47 minutes now. You should get in 10 minutes. I love going in here and saying, hey, we're ahead 10 minutes of schedule. We should be able to do that. It's a straight in shot into our departure. It's gonna be there should not be any issues getting that done. So looking forward to that. All right, cool. Flight level 370 leveled off nicely. Flight plan is look good. We did check that. When we come back, I will plug in our arrival into St. John's International, and then from there we'll start thinking about our next flight for tomorrow. Could be a long haul over to Europe. If we do that, I will start it very early to make sure we get in there by the time they have some ATC going on their end. So, and also it'd be nice to get there with some daylight if possible. Okay, cool guys, I'll be back. I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's get a nice view of our outside jet. Bring the jet sound down a little bit.
Stop by shortly for your order. If you'd like to order additional menu items, you may hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we would be happy to.
How nice would it be if that Concorde flies by us, huh? That would be dope. There it is, WestJet flight 3428 underway, flight level 370. NY 133 is where I was basically raised, New York, zip code 133. So that's what that is, in case you're wondering. So I'll make sure I throw that on all the jets there. Cool, all set. See you guys in a bit. Alright, what's up guys? I am back. Let's take a look what we have here. Let's bring the tunes down. And let's hop into our cockpit and see what we got going on. So, at the moment we are TIGOR 112 miles out. At that waypoint, I want to be maybe flight level 180 at best. Maybe lower. I really should start our descent now to get going for that. So let's check here. All right, so looking at approach again, TIGOR to approach into St. John's. Excuse me. Here we are. So there is our approach. After that, we're 46 miles out roughly from the airport, maybe about 50 or so, but at least 40 miles out, 46 miles out until we need to start thinking about height restrictions. 5,000 here, 3,000 here, 5,000 here. That reminds me, let's check how we are doing with our weather down at St. John. So we'll come up over here and let's go ahead and request our weather. Oops. Here we go, weather. Send that over, see what comes back. Um, 90 miles out. We're at 37,000. Let's go ahead and start descending. I think we need to. About 160 out from the airport. As you can see here, we had the ring at 160, so that should be about 160 out, right? 80, 120, 160. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that descent. Let's get the weather. Not that it's gonna make a big difference, but we could at least start putting in our approach here. Alright, so message received. New MEDAR is in 1741. Looking at our arrival airport, Cyhz-Cyyt 0415 gusting 22. Ooh, we're in for a good one. If this thing decides to actually show that, because it didn't. You know, it just didn't make any sense. Let's do this. How about? But let's start descending while we start playing around with this. So let's start heading down to flight level 180. I do not want to come in high like I came in last time. I want to come in right in, straight into this. So at least flight level 180. Let's do that. We'll let the computer take care of that. And while that is happening, oh, this is nice. Look at this. Boarding diversions is beautiful. All right, let's look at something. I want to change the comp settings. I want to see how off is this thing here. So if we go to the MCDU menu, go over to options, here we can decide where we're getting our MEDAR information from. Right now it's showing Vatsim. What if we do Meteo Blue? Meteo Blue is Microsoft. So let's and what is this? AVWX Unreal Weather. Okay, we'll look that up. All right, let's compare. Let's see what Microsoft has, right? ATIS source is going to be Vatsim, so that's good. TAF source, we don't have that. AVAO does have that. Okay, so let's request our information now, right? Let's see how much different these things are. So MCDU menu, back to the ATSU, AOC menu. Let's request our weather information again. While that's happening, let's take a look at what we have here. We are arriving via this is a flight plan. All right, and we are arriving via the what's this? The John's. What's the name of this arrival? TIGOR to arrival. TIGOR to arrival. We need our runway. So let's get the weather sorted out first. AOC menu. Hop back in here. Let's see what the message is now. So now this is the Microsoft one. And they are also showing 0415 gusting 22. Based on this information here. Now we got 3 pages here, and they are all showing very similar weather, right? But the last 2 exactly identical. So 04 is our heading for our winds. Let's hop in here. Let's look at our flight plan. We will be landing Runway looks like 158. So we're gonna have a nice, pretty nice crosswind here. Runway 158 should be runway 15. So let's hop in here. Let's look at our arrival, or 16. Yeah, 16. That makes more sense actually. And how many arrivals we have? We have ILS, we have RNAV. For 16, we have the whole 9 yards here. So we'll do ILS. We'll do that. That'll bring us right in. We will need it today with those winds, that's for sure. ILS 16. Where are you? Just had you here. Oh, there it is. ILS 16. So that is our arriving runway via Omrum. Looking to see where that is here, and we'll pull that chart up. TIGOR 2 arrival. Omrum is our via. I'm gonna go ahead and in our charts, let's go ahead and pull up. Let's pull up our approach for that. ILS 16. Here it is. ILS 16. Let's pin that down, and let's take a look at that as well. So, okay, here it is. ILS runway 16. Here. Oh, we don't want Omrum. I'm glad we checked. We want Pesto. Pesto is more favorable to us. So ILS 16 Pesto, TIGOR 2 arrival. That'll be here. 3000 max 210. It's funny, they all have this very similar approach for Halifax as well. Very similar, same thing, right? You got the kind of the T here, and then you got the two different approach entries. 190 at Aran, and then from there turning right into our localizer, heading 158. No, wait a minute. It's not what we want. What's the weather? No, wait. I'm making a mistake here. Glad I caught this sooner rather than later. We are heading down to TIGOR nicely. Let's go back. What was the weather? Am I making a mistake here? I think I am. I thought the weather was like 05. Nope. Go back to MCDU, ATSU. Message received is what we want to see. Let's check the weather. Yeah, 04. It's gonna almost screw this up big time. That's not what we want. We want runway 2. Now, how long is runway 2? That looks very short. Let's get the information on runway 2. This is RNAV. We can do runway 11. Let's look at our runway here. So runway 2, what is that, 5,000? I think we need a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's tight. So we are not doing runway 2. I think we need about 5,500 and something for the A3220, especially with these winds. I want something a little bit wider too. 3-4 is what we're going to do here. So let's go back to our flight plan. Switching things here. Let's erase that. Let's go into our destination, arrival. Check on our thing here. We're looking good right now. We got to get this in before we get to TIGOR. So we are doing runway 34. And of course, we do not have an ILS for runway 34, which would have been preferable with these type of winds. But ILS 29. Where's 29? Okay, yeah, 29. Nah, with the winds, that's too much of a crosswind. 3-4 is the way to go. So 3-4 RNAV, guys. That is what we're doing. All right, so 3-4 RNAV, and let's look at our runways here on our template. So we are looking at runway 3-4. Here's what we have. 3-4 there. We have 3-4Y. I think 3-4Z makes sense. 3-4Y. Also not bad actually. I like 3-4Y. I like that approach. RNAV 3-4Y is what we're doing. Let's set that in. Put this in. We want, alright, that means we're leveling off here. We want the TIGOR 2 and via leg or let EG. Alright, I like that approach. That's nice. Let's throw that in there. Take a look at our flight plan. Let's get this out of the way. And that looks good. Let's get to plan, zoom in a little bit, make sure it is what we want in here. Leveling off at 18,000. We'll take a look at our high requirement in a bit here. So we're going Gibby. Alright, we're going Gibby, and then from there we're going what's that? Gibby, let G. Alright, Gibby, let G, I wrap, it wrap, and then we do the RNAV turn there. Perfect. Alright, requirements. We need to be at Letty G at 5,000, max 230 knots. Right, that's our what we need to be at. So let's switch this back to nav, and we are looking good. How's it looking out there? Very nice. Looking very, very good, guys. All right, so we are 30 miles out from TIGOR. Then from there we should be about 40 miles, 50 miles from the airport, and we are going to go ahead and descend down to 5,000. This is what we want to do here. I wonder if there's a more direct entry point on this arrival. Just going to check something here. I want to see if there's another via we can use for this arrival that is more direct. So everything is set there. Next, that is our arrival. Next, oh, where's our transition point? Alright, so we got the TIGOR arrival via. Can we do anything else besides those? Letty G looks the best right now. MEPSU won't work. Naglu won't work. That's coming from northeast. Umala, that also won't work as well. Actually, you know what? Umala might not be as bad. That's a straight in. We go straight to that, opposed to doing the turn. That might not be bad. This is what I'm looking at here, right? So we can come straight in here. Let's see this in the bigger picture. Oh no, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, because we got to come here anyway. So yeah, it won't make sense. We're better off coming around here. We'll get a nice view of the airport and then slam in. So we'll leave it the way it is. Looks fine. No changes to it. Okay, how are we standing over here? TIGOR coming up. After this, we are about 40 miles out, and then we can start descending really all the way down to, based on our approach on our TIGOR arrival. Let's see here. Let's look at this. Our TIGOR arrival. You know, our arrival could be better. Actually, no. It is set the way it is there. Heading down to a different approach would have been easier, but we can't change it now. It's too late for that. Based on this runway here, so we're going straight to Gibby, and then from there we start our approach. Okay. Alright, I'm nitpicking right now. Let me stop doing that. Everything is fine. Our approach is good. We're doing good time. There's no need to touch anything. Alright, so Igor coming up from here, guys. We're going down to 5,000 for runway 34. So 5,230 knots for our let G, which is right after Gibby. So, all right, here you are, TIGOR, 3 miles out. All right, there it is. Let's get our, let's get here. Why are we reducing speed? Well, either way, I'm going to start descending down to 5,000. Oh, it's trying to get under 250. Did I hit the... Not sure if I hit that or not. But we are heading down. Did it activate the arrival already? No, it wouldn't do that. Wouldn't make sense. Alright, let's get our altimeter, guys. ATSU message received as we get below flight level 180, and altimeter for our arrival is 3003. So plug in here, take it off standard. We're looking at 3003. That is set there. Why are we dropping speed so much here? I don't want to drop speed. And let's start a descent now, please. There we go, 288. Not sure what was that about. Now it's gonna put the nose down. Now it wants to go 190. It is playing games that I do not like. So I'm gonna take over the vertical speed here, and we're going to set it to 2,000. Let's stick to that. And I'm gonna take over the speed as well. Don't know what type of stuff this thing was trying to do there. Set it 250, because now we lost some ground since this thing took forever to start descending, but we should still be able to do 250 without a problem. Alright, now we're moving. There we go. Descending 2,000 through 15 for 5,000. We can actually speed up even more. Do not understand why this thing decided to slow down. Did I hit anything? Did I turn on flaps? No, everything is good. Didn't hit the throttle. Performance should be on descent. It's saying 190. Why? Not sure why it says 190, but we're moving. $10 minutes expected arrival time. We might not be as early as I thought we were going to be. We might be just right on time, if that. Let's hit the jets. We'll have to slow down a second anyway, under 250. And then at Ledi G, we'll be at 230. Alright, coming down pretty good, guys. Our plates are set over here, our charts. Heading right down to Gibby. getting below 10,000 here, so we'll reduce our speeds to 250. As we get below 10. There we go. Oh. There it is, 250 knots. What happened to our altimeter? Didn't we set this 3003? Yes, there it is. 300Z below 9,000.
We have begun our final descent into your
can go ahead and slow the vertical speed down a little bit, so we can reduce some speed here, get down to under 250 or at 250.
Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
All right, we are descending nicely on idle, trying to reduce speed here. Is that our airport? Yes, it is. That is St. John's out at 12 o'clock. We're going to do a quick left, quick right, quick left into our nav. Approach. Heading down to Gibby for 5,000. We can go ahead and increase our speed. We're down to 8, so we're doing pretty good as far as that. All right, seatbelt seats signs can come on, landing lights can come on. $7,000 for 5. We want to cross Letty G at 5. 230 knots is the requirement approach there. For our RNAV arrival. Alright, so we'll be south of the airport. We'll announce our approach for Vatsim in case there's any traffic there. All right, engines are firing up here as we are getting through 6,600. Alright, we're going to need it. Let's advise of some views, right? Public address. A point of interest. Throw that out there. Alright, turning on Letty G. We should be perfectly at 5, and then we'll slow down once we're a little bit closer down to 230. Then at it wrap, we need to be at 210 max. St. John's traffic, WestJet 3428 south of the airport, getting ready for approach of runway 34. All right, runway 34 is set. there is the field. Runway 34. Pretty much on a downwind at 34 right now. Lady G coming up. We will go ahead and reduce our speed to 230. We'll probably be 3 minutes late on this arrival. Down to 230. A Bionic we can be, this is Bionic right here. We can go ahead and there we want to be at a 1,500 for our turn. So basically right before this turn, this is really tight turns, we want to be fully configured here for these turns as we're descending to 1,500. So after it wrap pushes us down to 210 for the speed. Once we come down to 10, we'll start throwing some flaps on and get ready for that that approach. All right, field to our left. Looks like a nice main road into the airport there. All right, we can go ahead and start our descent to 1,500. We'll do 2,000 for now. We'll go ahead and descend to 210. Speed, we can go ahead and throw a flap on, guys. There we go. 210, mandatory after the next waypoint. Two, three, four. Winds right now, winds are not changing. We should be getting some really bad weather here. Why is that not happening? I'm gonna select clear, right? Now I'm gonna go back and select live to see if that does anything. No, not getting the crazy weather that's being reported. All right, down to 210 on the speed. Descending to flight level, 2,000 from 5. Let's prepare our lights here. Runway turn-off lights can come on. Wing lights can come on now as well. And let's advise the crew. We are getting ready to depart here. Let's reduce our speed down to 200 now. Actually, let's do 180. It's a tight turn. The slower the better. Let's get a set of flaps as soon as we're under 200 here. So 180 for our RNAV approach. We can go ahead now and start descending down to there we go, 1,500. Nope, there we go, 1,500. Let's put that in there. All right, we can go ahead and throw on a set of flaps. Oh wow, we are very, very high. Look at this. Let's gotta take over this ourselves here. See if we can get down fast enough. Full flaps, slow us down a little bit. So let's see if we can get a good approach. We're gonna have to be a little bit aggressive on this one, as we are very high. Gears are coming out now. Let's get that gear out. Let's see if we can, if we have enough room to keep it here at 2,000 feet per minute and get down. Winds are not a factor, as we're not seeing any of it at the moment. Speed brakes are coming on. Well, they're on. Auto brakes are on. We'll configure flaps are in. We got the field in sight straight ahead. A little higher. This will be an aggressive approach, but I think we can pull it off. 140 on the speed. So that there should slow us down nicely. I think not bad. Since we don't have bad winds, because we're not getting the winds that's being reported, I think we'll be okay for this approach here. If the winds were horrible the way they were being reported, there's no way we would have made that. All right, we got the threshold in sight at 500. Just line it up nicely here.
300. 200.
Sync brake.
Okay.
Sync brake. Sync brake. Sync brake.
Retard.
A little floaty. We definitely missed the landing zone there.
Right.
Knots. 60. Talk about using every single part of this runway. Alright. It's back taxi here, guys, over to the right.
We have reached our destination. The local time is 2:11 p.m. and it's currently about 19 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Not bad. Not bad for the type of landing that it was.
If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're missing a connection, we
I guess
encourage you
back
to
taxiing is the only way out of
to
here,
ensure a smooth
because I don't
continuation of your
see
journey.
any taxiways on the chart. So we're crossing a couple of runways here. We'll back taxi to the next taxiway. It seems to be on the right hand side, and I don't know if that's the main gate terminal. Might not be. We might still need to taxi a little further out. All right, all lights are on. We will wait till we get. This is not a taxiway, by the way. It's marked with X. I don't think you can go down that way. Maybe you can, but it's marked with an X, so we'll just make the right hand turn here instead. Let's get a better view of this. There we go. Let's see, these are the terminals based on the map. Okay, the terminals are straight down to the left, so we'll go head left here and we'll get down to the terminals. The other side, this is what I'm looking at. The other side I was thinking could have been the terminal. That's general aviation. Terminals are down to the south of the airport, so we'll head here on taxiway hotel. Is that what this is? Yep, looks like it is hotel. All right, let's clean this bad boy up. We can go ahead. Speed brakes are good. Flaps can come up. Auto brakes are off. Landing lights can come off as well. Lights, taxi lights down to just taxi. And there we are. As we're cruising down taxi hotel to the gates. Another beautiful, beautiful flight, beautiful day. Again, gotta figure out the weather because we are not getting correct weather at all. It's so far off. I'm actually looking forward to the gusting winds and all of that, you know, although that would have created for us to miss that approach, right? Go around, because we came in way too high. And part of that was we did follow the requirements of altitude, but the speed, we should have hit that turn a lot. And I said it, we need to be configured for this turn, and I didn't quite do that. All right, looks like here we have some folks that are kind of waiting for us up ahead. Let's take this gate. There it is. There he is. Let's turn off our taxi light so we don't blind him. Good. All right, let's bring it in nice and smooth. All right, slow it down a little bit. Oh, too sensitive. Too sensitive. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, good. Right, parking brakes are coming on, guys. Everything else looking good here. Let's get our APU started. When we turn off, lights can come off as well. Strobe lights should have been off. Wing lights can stay on. Everything else here is good. Let's get our jetway connected. Tune to ground services. Connect our jetway. Wait for the APU to fire up before we turn off our engines. Not a bad parking job there. Gotta take care of the brakes. The brakes are way too sensitive. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that after we book this flight. 2 minutes and 10 late into the arrival. Is that it? Man, they gotta do such a better job. Some of these airports are not major airports, are all like this, right? I mean, I'm not sure this is a major airport, but compared to, like, you know, the Kennedy, the Atlanta, and all this other stuff, these other airports, man, they are just, wow, a lot of work needs to be done. All right, APU should be good. Let's turn on our APU bleed. Let's go ahead and turn off our engines. We'll let them come down. Let's go ahead and oh, forget this thing comes up. I gotta find out how to take that off. Let's go ahead and our external power is already on. Good. And turn off our seatbelt signs. Let's go in here and look at our passengers. Let them know we are good. Seatbelt signs can now come off. Seatbelt sign off. Excellent. We'll send that over. Deboarding has begun, and we can go ahead also and turn off our beacon lights. So that is good to go there. All right, cool. Pretty nice flight. Pretty smooth. A little fumble there at the end with the altitude, but overall pretty good. And actually, the altitude was good with the speed. That should have been at a lower speed. Maybe 160 at that turn. Right, 160 before that turn. Fully configured with flaps, and we would have hit that arrival just perfect. Let's see, our landing 303 feet per minute based on a Sim Toolkit, Sim Toolkit Pro expected. And also, more importantly, forget about the feet per minute. We were out of the threshold, so that's more important than feet per minute. Feet per minute is nice, but you want to be on that threshold, and we're coming in too hot to hit that threshold right on it. Okay, everything is good here. All throttle can come off. Flight directives can come off as passengers deboard our plane here. All right, we'll clear this. Again, got to figure out the weather. ATSU. Did we put it back to? Let me go make sure I put it back to Vatsim since we're always on there. So that will be MCDU options, and we'll throw this back on meet our information. We'll throw it back to Vatsim. Good. And then ATIS source, that is set on Vatsim, so that's good. Okay. All right, cool. All right, we'll figure out. We got to get a better weather system. Okay. All right. Where's the transition altitude? Can you change that? That's what I need to do. Is this it here? Acceleration out? No, I don't think that's it. So, yep. Realism, what do we have here? 15. I think 7 is good enough for what we have right now. What's down here? Avionics, that is... Okay, we got some more stuff in here as well. Right back out. MCDU, AIDS, what's in here? Okay, alright, cool. Alright, sweet guys. Nice flight. WestJet 3428 on the ground. Looking good here. Okay. Let's see how we are doing. All right, a couple of more folks, and then we are set to go, guys, and put this one in the books for our flight for today. Tomorrow, we'll see where we head out to. Get rid of this here. Yeah, see, the weather's not catching. Even when I do B here, I'm getting, you know, 0.9 or 2. When I'm getting something else in the altimeter, so something is out of whack. I'm gonna work on that next. Make sure that's taken care of before our next flight. All right, coming in here, let's end our flight. The boarding has been complete. So 341 on the feet per minute. Sim toolkit gave us a little bit better, 304, not 303, not by much. Hour and 15 minutes flight, hour and 31 block time, 159 passengers, A3220, and 96% satisfaction. So not bad. Still a pretty good in the smooth flight overall. We were late. Where's the late here? We were about a minute and change late. Come on, I don't see that here. Where is it? All right. Either way, we're about a minute and 2 minutes late, but so not anything drastic. All right, that one is in the books, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We will see you on the next flight, most likely tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a good one.